It may be too late to change the attitude of the grown folks. It is time to take the message to the schools. That is the assessment from SLHTA President Anthony Bowen. He is talking about the garbage disposal habits of St. Lucians, habits that lead to the scene of the Castries Harbour: plastic bottles, clothing, and even dead dogs. This is the first look cruise ship visitors get of St. Lucia, a common view for others who walk the streets and drive alongside roads.
Because I watch young children throwing stuff in the street and the parents walk on. It's quite normal. Well, it isn't normal. I would like to take people from here and let you visit Scandinavian countries. It's scary how clean they are. You wonder if they actually ever make garbage. Go to Disney World in Orlando. I've been there where 90,000 people have passed through in the day, and you cannot see a single sweet wrapper. And yet it's all kids. You would expect to find mess. Nothing. It's pride, it's planning, it's civic duty and care.
Is it the culture or scant disregard? The tourism minister says a bit of both. He says St. Lucians need to awaken to the financial impact of bad garbage disposal habits. He says that applies not only to tourism but to national development.
The strong aspects of our country, which is our beauty, right? That we're able to preserve those and recognize how important they are. So in the preservation of our architecture and the preservation of our natural beauty. And people come here thinking of it as being of a paradise and are not expecting to see plastic bags, and they're not expecting to see refrigerators floating down a river and dead animals, etc. So I think that I don't want to say that we should change for tourism. I think these are basic things that we ought to recognize, but we ought to start recognizing that if we don't start changing our attitudes to the right way, it's also going to have an economic impact.
The Castries Harbour is the domain of the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority. Despite repeated attempts, no one from that body would acquiesce to an interview on the subject of garbage disposal. The organization with national oversight on this issue was not as camera shy. Education and Public Information Manager Emily Jean says this is a problem that can only be addressed when everyone plays their role.
Government has its responsibility. The St. Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority has a responsibility. Our collection contractors have a responsibility. And of course, generators have a responsibility as well. And if one group among that does not do what needs to be done, then the whole system will fail.
But back to the scene for a second. Look at it and take it in. Is this really the way you want St. Lucia to be represented?
You go to this expense, you bring people here just for them to say, beautiful island, but God, it's a mess. Or it's so lovely, it even has a national, a monument, and we have the eco awards, but the people themselves don't seem to feel that they are responsible for their own mess. You get judged like that.
It really indicates that as St. Lucians, we really, it's indicating that we have no pride in our country. And if we had pride in our country, then no St. Lucian would want to see litter or to see the country littered so badly.
Garbage bins are synonymous with events and the look of the city. Community pickup also takes place regularly throughout areas. Additionally, there are 2 landfills, one in the north and the other in the south, to facilitate bulky and commercial waste disposal. Carmi Joseph, HTS News, Channel 4.